Blood is thicker than water. That's your family. You only get one mom. You only get one dad. You only get one sister. You only get one cousin. We have heard it all and we have had enough. We have had enough. Hi, I'm Ty. Welcome to my YouTube channel where I talk about whatever I want to talk about. And today I'm here to lovingly hold your hand and let you know that it is okay to cut that parent off. I had to be the one to say it. I had to be the one to say it. It's all right. It's all right. I'm here to tell you it's okay to lovingly let that parent go. I, like many, have had the amazing honor to deal with a toxic parent. Yup. I am Black. My parents are from the Caribbean. You already know that's a whole thing. I'm not trying to say that all Black people or all Caribbean people don't know how to be parents or that all Black families are dysfunctional. I'm just saying, look at the statistics, girl. Don't shoot the messenger. For many of us, we were born into a relationship with our parents that we did not choose, that we did not consent to. Some of us were either born into a relationship with your parents that you didn't ask for, born into a family where your parents didn't want to be parents, or born into a situation where your parents just didn't know how. While I understand that no relationship is perfect, every relationship has its ups and downs. People make mistakes. Nobody's perfect. Every relationship is dysfunctional to a certain degree. I say that to say this. If somebody has clearly made it their job to disappoint you, to not show up for you, to purposely and intentionally hurt you, to lie to you, to lie about you, to traumatize you, to abuse you, with no clear intention of taking accountability and no signs of growth, it's time to let that person go, whether they're an acquaintance or the person that brought you onto this earth. A saying I wholeheartedly believe in, a hill that I will die on, is that actions speak louder than words. I have a parent who would intentionally hurt me, who would speak to me terribly, who would treat me badly, who would do a whole bunch of horrifying and horrendous acts towards me. And then I would be told, no, this parent really cares about you, this parent really loves you. And then the cycle would repeat where I would be abused, I would be hurt, I would be spoken to badly, I would be treated badly. And then I would be told, oh no, this person cares about you. It was like a cycle. From a young age, I learned that actions speak louder than words. This parent of mine showed me that you can never really trust what people say. It's more about what they do. When people speak, that's more of like reassurance, but the real deal is what they do. This parent of mine clearly showed me how they felt about me. Paying attention to how this parent of mine would act is one of the things that helped me to release. Another thing that helped me release this parent was observing. For years, I watched, I listened, I paid attention to his actions so that I could understand his beliefs, his views on the world, his intentions, his mind. By observing this parent of mine, I learned two things. I learned that not only was this parent of mine aware that he wasn't a good parent, but had no intention of getting help, of getting better, of just wanting to be a better person overall. It wasn't some person who was deeply hurt and unaware. This was a person that was fully aware that they were behaving poorly, that they weren't rising to the occasion, that they weren't being the best version of themselves, and had no intention of changing that. And for me, the last thing I want to do is force anybody to do anything. I don't want to force anybody to be something they don't want to be. I do not want to force nobody to be a good mother. I don't want to force anybody to be a good father. I don't want to force anybody to have a relationship with me. I don't want to force anybody to do anything. I'm just not in the business of forcing people to do things that they don't want to do, or forcing people to have a relationship with me that they don't want to have. Another thing I did that helped me to release this parent of mine was I tried to learn their story. So I got bits and pieces of the story of my parent. From what I was able to gather, from the little bits and pieces that I was able to get, my conclusion is that this person, their morals and values, how they see the world, how they show up, their psyche, everything that this person is was just a reflection of how traumatized and hurt they were This parent of mine is just a broken little boy. And no broken little boy should ever be in a position to be a father, to have children. And so all of that, it stopped the yearning and wanting that I had for this parent. It stopped the abandonment and the deep hurt that I felt towards this parent. So for so many years, I was so stuck on the yearning and wanting of this parent that I never ever thought to myself, wait a minute, do I want a relationship with this person? If this parent of mine were to call me right now and say, hey, Ty, I'm going to come pick you up right now and take you out. We're going to go for dinner or something. I would be kind of spooked. I would be spooked and nervous. I'm not even going to hold you. I would be spooked and nervous. And I just think to myself, like, what would we talk about? You know, I never ever stopped to think like, do we have anything in common? Do I like this person? I was just stuck in the yearning and wanting and yearning and wanting that I never even thought to myself, like, is this someone that I want? Things got real spooky when I asked myself, if this person was like my age and they weren't my father, would I be friends with this person? Everything just started to get real spooky. Everything just started to get real shaky because it's a no. It's a no. Everything that I just mentioned really helped me move out of the yearning and wanting and the deep hurt and the daddy issues. It really helped me move out of that and into a space of healing, into a space of where you can say like, okay, I don't have a good parent, so what now? It moved me into a space of trying to find my peace, of realizing, okay, well, this area in my life lacked something. What can I do to make it better? How do I reparent myself? How do I be the parent that my parent never was to myself? How do I move on? How do I protect my peace from this point on? Once you move out of the yearning and wanting and the deep hurt, you can open a space of letting go and grieving. And I'm just like so happy that I am no longer in the whole yearning and wanting and deep hurt. I'd be lying to you if I said that I wasn't hurt anymore, that I was completely healed, that this doesn't bother me anymore. I'd be lying if I said that. But I am saying that once you accept the situation for what it is, once you stop hoping that your parent is going to change, it just lifts a weight off your shoulder. And you get to let it go and let them be who they want to be. I have been reparenting myself and trying to be my own parent. I've been trying to be my own mother and trying to be my own father. While that may sound very sad, it is much better than laying around being sad and yearning and wanting your toxic parent to change. Reparenting yourself, it's just so much better than the pain, than the constant reminder that you don't have a good mother or you don't have a good father, and just the constant reminder and the re-traumatizing yourself and everything. Reparenting yourself is much better than that. It is. Before I bring this video to an end, I want to make it very clear that I'm not trying to tell everyone to go cut off and sever relationships with their parents at any minor inconvenience. Every single relationship is hard, whether it be a romantic relationship, a friendship, a relationship with your family, with your parents. Every single relationship is hard, no matter how healthy and good people are, because we're humans and humans are flawed creatures, so you're bound to get hurt by someone at some point. I'm not at all trying to tell everyone to just go cut their parent off as soon as they do a tiny little thing or as soon as they hurt your feelings. But what I am saying is, if you know for a fact that you have a toxic parent that is not willing to change, to respect you, respect your boundaries, to heal the relationship, if you know that keeping this parent in your life is a liability, not an asset, well, let them go. And there's all sorts of different ways to let someone go, you know, or to cut off. When I say cut off could mean so many different things. You can reduce contact. You can completely go no contact, or you can reduce the amount of time that you spend with with certain people. You can move away, you can put a distance. Whatever it means for you and your peace is what you need to do. I also want to make it clear that I'm not someone that came to this conclusion easily. I'm not someone that we live in a cutoff culture. We definitely live in a cutoff culture, and I'm not someone that just did that. You know, I have gone out of my way to try my best to help this parent of mine. This is where I'm at now. If you got to the end of this video, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. If you have the time and or energy, I would love if you subscribe, if you like, if you comment, share. I'll see you next time.